Good evening. My name is Bob King. I'm a resident of District 1. I've been a taxpayer since 2009, a resident since 2012, and a full-time resident since 2020. I want to say hello to my council member, Carter, who's, I think, watching this from her hospital room tonight, so everybody please wish her well. The topic of my presentation is why should the city seriously consider privatizing NBU? And before I go into that, why is my opinion, does it matter to anybody? Well, you may not know me. In a prior life before my retirement, I was a banker and a senior financial executive in the energy industry for many years. And I know a lot about how New York Stock Exchange traded companies are valued, and I know how M&A transactions are done and how businesses are valued in the M&A market. Based on having lived here in New Braunfels for all this time, it's my opinion that the city of New Braunfels has a fiduciary obligation to its citizens to seriously, I underscore the word seriously, contemplate privatizing NBU. Further, it's my opinion that the citizens of New Braunfels would in all probability be a lot better off if that were to happen. Why do I believe this? Largely because of what the city could do with the proceeds. In my opinion, this business, which is highly profitable, generates large cash flow, large growing cash flow in a growing market in a state that is known to have a supportive regulatory environment. The sale of NBU would attract lots and lots of bidders. And I think, and I'll show you the next time we get together because we don't have time today, why I think this business is worth an enterprise value in excess of $1 billion, possibly up to $1.5 billion. When you think about that amount of money, you have to think about what could you do with it and how would that benefit the citizens of New Braunfels. And that's what I'd like you to think about. With an enterprise value of north of $1 billion, you'd retire every penny of debt the city of New Braunfels has. Retiring or defeasing all that debt would result in a $16 million a year reduction in interest expense. A $16 million a year reduction in interest expense could be reallocated to solve our pay problems for police and fire, which, as we all know, are understaffed and not paid at the premium levels that our lip service would indicate should be our goal. That's the first thing we could do. Beyond that, hundreds of millions of dollars in excess would still be available, and those dollars could be put into a trust that's investable for the purpose of providing perpetuity income to the city that would therefore substantially reduce property taxes. Now, is it obvious that you should do this? Perhaps not, but it is obvious to me that you should study it seriously. I think that you have no alternative but to study it seriously because it's so much money. A couple of reasons I'll get into, and then at the next meeting I'll go into some financial detail. Government should not own businesses that can be run privately. Private businesses are driven by a profit motive, something that I heard at the last meeting during the approval for the rate increase. Profits are a bad thing. Made me think I was at a Communist Politburo meeting in Beijing. Profits are a good thing. They drive people to be efficient and please customers. Government-owned businesses are not responsive to consumer needs. They're less efficient. They respond mainly to cronyism and bureaucracy. Now I'm going to wind up here because I don't have enough time. NBU currently enjoys a stunning lack of regulatory oversight, as we saw on display at this last meeting. We didn't see questions, scrutinizing questions about $22 million of G&A. We didn't see scrutinizing questions about $184 million Taj Mahal of corporate headquarters being built. Chummy relations between a utility and its regulator means it's not being regulated.
Mr. King, your 5 minutes is up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you again.